Hello and welcome to Victory Online Academy. In this session we will be discussing probability. This is very important chapter for IGCSE exams, and it's very simple. It's very simple. A particular set of questions only IGCSE ask every year. So let's discuss it. Okay, so probability. Okay, probability of an event. So probability of an event is the number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of possible outcomes. So probability of an event formula is number of favorable outcomes divided by total possible outcomes. Okay. So for example, if simple example is if you toss a coin, there are two possible outcomes, either head or tail will come. So what is the probability of getting one head? So as there are two possible outcomes and the favorable outcome is head. So we are here finding out the probability of getting a head. So one out of that's one is the favorable, two is the possible. So the probability will be 0.5. Okay. What is the probability of getting, if the question comes, what is the probability of getting either a head or a tail when you toss one coin? Okay, so when we say either head or tail, any of the two, so when we toss a coin we are sure that either head or tail will come, so that's called sure event. So probability of head or tail will be 1, right? Why it will be 1? Because the favorable outcomes are 2, right? Favorable outcomes are 2 and the possible outcomes are also 2. That's why it will be 1. And if the probability of an event is 1, that's called sure event. Okay. uh, Probability can be 0 also. Like if we ask like what is the probability that neither head or nor tail will come? So if you're tossing a coin, we don't want we don't want head or tail, neither head nor tail. Okay, so neither head nor tail, so that will be 0, because if you toss a coin, either of the two will come, right? So that event, the probability will be 0. Okay, if the probability of an event is 0, if the probability of an event 0, that's called impossible event. Impossible event is like, if India Pakistan match is going on, what is the probability that Sri Lanka will win? Okay, third country will win. Obviously third country will not win, right? If India Pakistan match is going on, then either India or Pakistan will win, or the match will get cancelled or draw. The probability that other country will win is 0, right? So that's an impossible event. So probability of any event lies between 0 to 1. It cannot be more than 1. Okay, it cannot be more than 1. That's the important concept. And some of the command terms which IGCSE use, let's discuss that. So whenever they say and, so whenever this word comes and, mostly you need to use multiply. Okay. Or whenever they say or, it means you need to use addition. At least. So if the word come at least, means minimum. Okay, minimum. I'll give an example. Like if we toss two coins. So if we toss two coins, what are the outcomes? Are head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. So if you toss two coins simultaneously, these are the possible outcomes are there. Okay. So if the question is says at least one head, so at least one head means What are the favorable outcomes will be if we say at least one head. So either minimum one head or it can be more than that. So minimum one head. This is the case we can take. This is the case we can take. These are the one head and more than that. So there are three cases where it is at least one head. Okay. So this is the example of at least. Another word they use is at most. At most. So if it says at most one head, at most one head. So maximum, that means maximum one head. Okay. So maximum one head. So it can be one or no heads as well. So for at most one head, it will be head, tail, head, and no head means zero head. Zero heads are these case. So there are three case where there is a at most one head. If you want to find out the probability of at most one head, at most one head, so that will be 3 over 4 because 3 is the favorable outcomes, 4 is the possible outcomes. Okay, and here also at least one head, so that will be also 3 over 4. So these kind of questions IGCSE ask, and they also ask questions on tree diagram. So when you make a tree diagram, like you're tossing one coin, so how we can draw the tree diagram? If you're tossing one coin, so we get either head or tail. So the first coin. Okay, and when you're tossing a second coin, the second times head can come or tail can come, or if the first time it is tail, then either head or tail can come. So this is for second coin. Okay, so this is the tree diagram. Now in the tree diagram we also write down the probability as well, in the branches. These are the branches. So the probability of getting a head is 0.5, and here also 0.5, head 0.5, 0.5, here 0.5, 0.5. So what you will observe that, okay, this is called the root. Okay, root. So from the root there are branches are coming out. So sum of the probability of the branches from one root has to be 1. So total, if we add them, it has to be 1. If this is a case that, for example, this is the case that there are three branches. One has probability 0.3, another has probability 0.2. And they ask you what is the probability of the third branch. So the total probability is always 1. So we know 0.3 plus 0.2 plus x has to be 1, right? So we can say x is equal to 1 minus 0.3 plus 0.2. So we'll get 1 minus 0.5, which will give you 0.5. So you can find out this using this concept that the sum of probability is 1. Okay, that's very important thing. So I think tree diagram is clear to you. Let's solve some questions. You'll get better understanding. So this is the question number 1. Simon has two faces. Simon has two boxes of cards. In one box, each card has one shape drawn on it, that is either a triangle or a square. So there are two things, a triangle or a square. Each card has one shape drawn on it, is either a triangle or a square. In the other box, each card is colored either red or blue. So the other box contains a red card or a blue card. Simon picks a card from each box at random. The probability of picking a triangle card is T, and the probability of picking red card is R. Complete the table for the cards that Simon picks, writing each probability in terms of R and T. So we need to find out their probability. Okay. So it says triangle and. So I told you that whenever the word and comes means multiply. So what is the probability of triangle? So getting a triangle is T and getting a red is R. So the answer will be TR. T multiply R is TR. Okay, square and red, they have already given that square. Why it is 1 minus T R, I'll explain it to you. So see, getting a triangle is T. So what getting a not triangle, getting not triangle or getting a square is the same thing. Getting not triangle or getting a square. So getting a not triangle, it's not a triangle, which is 1 minus t, right? 1 minus t is the probability of getting not a triangle, or that means you are getting a square. So that will be 1 minus t, and red is r, and means multiplication. Triangle and blue. Triangle and blue. So what is the probability of triangle? Is t. And blue, what is the probability for blue? So getting in the red probability is r, so getting the blue probability will be 1 minus r. So t multiply 1 minus r, that will be the answer. Square and blue, so square is 1 minus t and blue is 1 minus r. So we just need to multiply, that's the answer. It's a very simple question. Okay, let's move to another question. The probability of a cricket team winning or losing in their first two matches is shown in the tree diagram. So these are the winning and losing, it is given, and you can see the concept what I explained to you, that the sum of the probability of the branch has to be 1. So 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3 is 1. 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 1. This is 1. Okay. Now the question is, find the probability that the cricket team wins at least. So at least means minimum one match. Wins at least means minimum one match. Wins at least one match. So here it is a win. So win. So you can take these ones, win and a win. So I'll this is the case, win and a lose. See, win and win, it's two times win. Here is one time win. Here is one time win. So minimum one win is three cases. These one, win and win, win and lose and win. So it says minimum at least one match. So there are these three cases. So what is the probability here of getting of winning both the games? So winning both the games means winning the first game and winning the second game. So winning the first and the second game probability is 1 over 3 multiply 3 over 4. Okay, so that will you will get as 1 over 4. That's the for two wins, probability of two wins. Now probability of one win is 1 over 3 multiply 1 over 4. Okay, so what, let's find out probability of one win. So one win is 1 over 3 multiply 1 over 4, and 2 over 3 multiply 3 over 4, because this is the case also, three lose and win, that's also we need to take. Okay, and you will get, this is 2, this you will get as 1 over 12 plus 1 over 2. Okay, which you will get, so you'll simplify. So 12, 1 plus, this is 6, 7 over 12. Now this is for one win and this is for two wins. So you just need to add them because it says at least one win. So 1 over 4 plus 7 over 12. So finally, if you simplify this, you will get 3 plus 7, which will get as 10 over 12, which is 5 over 6. Okay, so 5 over 6 is the probability of winning at least one match. So this is at least means two wins or one win will found out, or will add them later on, or you can right from the beginning also you can write them combinedly and add them, like this one plus this. So answer is 5 over 6. This is the first method. There's another method is, the another method what we can use here, we know that sum of the probability is always 1, right? So sum of all the four cases has to be, sum of the probability of all the four cases has to be 1. So it says at least one match should win. So if we want to find out at least one match, at least one win, at least one win, so that will 1 minus probability of 0 win. that is both the laws, right? 0 when means both the laws. So 1 minus both the laws. Both the laws are 2 over 3 and 1 over 4. So 2 over 3 multiply 1 over 4. Okay. If you simplify this, see what will you get? So 1 minus 1 minus 1 over 6, which is 5 over 6. So you can see this is very simple solution. Here you directly got the answer 5 over 6, right? So either you do this particular method or this particular method. Both methods are right and you will get full score. You will get 3 marks for this as well as 3 marks for this. So any of the two methods you can use. Now let's move to the next question. Next question is, Hetty has a box of colored pens. She takes a pen at random from the box. The probability that she takes a red pen is 0.4. So probability of getting a red pen is 0.4. What is the probability that she does not take a red pen? So obviously, if the probability of getting a red pen is 0.4, not red is 1 minus 0.4. So the answer will be 0.6. Now another part B. Part B is the box contains only blue, red, and green pens. So the box contains blue, red, and green pens. We have already found out that it's not a red pen. Not a red pen probability is 0.6 and red pen probability is 0.4. And it says there are 15 blue pens and 15 green pens. Means both are equal in number. Okay. Blue pens and red pens are equal in number. So their probability also will be also if the pen number is the same, favorable outcomes are the same, so their probability will also be the same. Okay, so getting not red is 0.6. So the probability of blue pen and the red pen will be equal. So that's why it will be 0.6 divided by 2. 0.6 divided by 2 is 0.3. So probability of blue pen is 0.3 and this will be also 0.3. Is that clear? Because the numbers are the same, so their probability will be also the same. That's why 0.6 divided by 2 equal probability. So we'll divide by 2 and we'll get 0.3, 0.3. Now we need to find the total number of red pens. Okay, that's very good. That's very interesting question. So what we can do here is we can find out the directly the red pen, or we can find out the total pens and subtract 15 and 15 from there. So I'll show you the first method where we are going to find out directly the red pen. Okay, so see how we will find out. We know the probability of getting a green pen is 0.3, right? So to let the red pens are x, let the red pens are x. So what is the probability of green pen green pen in terms of x? So it will be 15 divided by the total pens, so that is 30 plus x, right? The green pen is 15 probability of green pens is 15 divided by 30 plus x, and that is 0.3. So you just need to simplify this, so that is 15 30 plus x 0.3 cross multiply, we can do that. So 30 plus x equals to 15 divided by 0.3. So that will give you 50, and x is equal to 50 minus 30 will be 20. So x you got 20. So this is one of the way. The second way, you can assume, let's use the concept that let's find out the total number of pens. So total number of pens, let's say p is the total number, let's say t is the total number of pens. Okay, total t is the total number of pens. So we can write the probability of green pen as 15 divided by t, 15 divided by t, which is equal to 0.3. So you will get t is equal to 15 divided by 0.3. That is 0.3. So we just need to simplify number of pens. Okay, total. T is the total number of pens. So we can write the probability of green pen as 15 divided by T. 15. Sorry. So this is 15 divided by 0.3. So you will get finally you will get the total pens will be 50. These are the total. So 50 minus 30 will give you 20. 30 because blue pens and green pens are 30. 15 15 each, which is 30. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, in a flu epidemic, 45% of people have a sore throat. If a person has a sore throat, the probability of not having flu is 0.4. Not having flu is 0.4 if the person has a sore throat. If the person does not have a sore throat, the probability of having flu is 0.2. Okay. Now complete the probability, calculate the probability that a person chosen at random has a flu. Okay. So first let's complete the this T diagram. We know that the sum of the probability is always 1. Okay, so 1 this is 0.45, so this will be 1 minus 0.45, that will give you 0.55. Here is 0.4, so this has to be 0.6. If it is 0.2, this has to be 0.8. Okay, 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8, 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6, like that. Now it says calculate the probability that a person chosen at random has flu. Okay, so the person has a flu, so sore throat and flu, this is what the case. No sore throat and flu, so there are, so getting a flu, these are the two, these two are the cases, so we will uh, just calculate it. So sore throat and flu, so we'll using and means multiply 0.45 multiply 0.6 plus, either this is the case or so that's why you're using plus, or no sore throat and flu. So no sore throat is 0.55 and flu 0.2, 0.2. Okay, and just you need to simplify this using the calculator. Just simplify this, it's very simple. So if you use the calculator and simplify, 0.45 multiply 0.6 plus 0.55 multiply 0.2. So the answer is 19 over 50, which is 19 over 50, which is 0.38. That's the answer. Very simple. So we have found out that the case where it has flu. So flu. There are the two cases. So will take this one and this one. Okay. So it's very simple. Okay. So this kind of question comes in exam. Uh, Let me give you another example. So let's say a biased coin is there. A biased coin is there. Okay. So biased coin showing the probability of head as 0.7. So actually the unbiased coin, the probability is 0.5, but it is a biased coin, so it shows head more than the tail. So it has a probability of 0.7. So question is draw tree diagram for three tosses of coin. So three tosses we are doing. Let's draw the tree diagram. So the first toss head tail, second toss head tail, then the third toss head tail, head tail, head tail, head tail. So there are the outcomes will be head head head. The outcomes will be head head head, head head tail, head tail head, head tail tail, tail four. Oh, okay. There will be another. Okay, head tail and head. Okay. So tail head head, tail head tail, tail tail head, and tail tail tail. So there are 8 cases. And if you want to write down the probability here, so you need to, as the probability getting head is 0.7, so 0.3. So similarly, write down the 0.7, 0.3 like that. 0.7, 0.3, 0.7, 0.3. Because the total probability has to be 1, right? And now if the question comes that what is the probability of at at least 2 heads. So at least 2 heads, see how we'll find out the probability of at least 2 heads. So this is the case, at least 2 means minimum 2. Okay, minimum 2. So we'll take first, let's say minimum exactly 2. So this is one case. Second case, we'll not take this. We'll take this because it has 2 heads. We'll not take this. We'll not take this. We'll not take this. So getting at least 2 heads, getting 2 heads exactly is 3 cases, and at least means minimum 2. So it can be more than 2 also. So getting 3 heads also will take. Okay. So the question was at least 2 heads. Probability of at least 2 heads. At least 2 heads. Okay. So these 4 cases we are taking head, head, head plus head, head, tail, head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head. Okay, these 4 cases will write down the probability quickly. So 0.7 multiply 0.7 multiply 0.7 plus 0.7 multiplied probability of head is 0.7. So 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. Then plus 0.7, 0.7, 0.3. 0.7, 0.7, 0.3. Then 0.7, 0. See 0.7, 0.3, 0.7. So actually this is again the same thing, 0.7, 0.3, 0.7, right? 0.7, 0.3 multiply 0.7. Then again 0.3 multiply 0.7 multiply 0.7. So to simplify, you can simply write 0.7 cube plus 3 times, because it's the same thing, 3 times of 0.7 multiply 0.7 multiply 0.3. Okay, and you can simplify this using the calculator. 0.7 cube plus 3 multiply 0.7 multiply 0.7 multiply 0.3. So the answer is 0.784. Okay, so at least 2 heads. This is the case. Okay, so it says uh, at if the question comes no heads, so probability of no heads. So no heads, it means all the tails, right? So tail, tail, tail. So tail, tail, tail. This probability we need to find. So probability of tail is 0.3. 0.3 multiplies 0.3 multiplies 0.3. So 0.3 multiplies 0.3 will get 0.09, and then if you multiply by 3 you will get 0.027. So that's the answer. I hope everything is clear, whatever I explained to you. So mostly they ask at least, at most, these words they use. So you need to keep in mind that whenever they use at least one means minimum, at most means maximum, and means multiplication or means addition. Okay, and tree diagram is important. So sum of the probability of the branches is always one. If you have any question, you can ask me. Uh, okay. So I hope everything is clear to all of you. Thanks for watching. For topic continuation, do watch our next video. And if you have any doubt, you can register on our website www.victoryonlineacademy.com. We have expert teachers of all the subjects from all parts of the world, and we are a registered organization. We are running this organization from last 3 years, and we have helped hundreds of students in excelling their grades. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.